So perhaps you've been with mom or dad lately and you noticed they were mentally slipping a little bit. You were curious about senior home facilities, what would be the right fit, and yet during this time you're going, you know what, I don't want to step into one of those, social distancing. How can I really continue to help my mom, my dad, whatever the case may be? Well, how about a virtual tour? Let's talk about that a little bit with Patti Naiser, who joins us now. It is her business to help seniors, and she is certainly an expert. She is with Senior Home Transitions. So Patti, before we talk about these virtual tours, if you would, a little bit of an overview of exactly what you do.
Well, I started the company 11 years ago, and basically what we do is we help families navigate all of the communities. We figure out what's the best fit, what can you afford, what resources are out there. Normally, we take people on tours, we help them by negotiating rates, help them with VA benefits, but now it's looking a little bit different. So people still need placement, they're still struggling at home, they're still being discharged from the hospital or rehab centers, and either they need to go home with help or they need to be put into a facility where they can get the care they need. It's a very scary time, so what we've developed is a way to do virtual tours so people can tour with us from the privacy of their own home. We can show them whichever facilities they would like to see. We've had people take videos of the campus, send us pictures and rates, and we know who we can negotiate with and who can't. We know who's accepting people and who aren't. Some people are not accepting residents right now. Some people are with very special and particular screening for the coronavirus because they want to keep their folks safe.
Senior Home Transitions, I want you to remember the name. Now, Patti, if you would, let's talk a little bit about how these virtual tours work. You know, when you go on, perhaps you're going on a vacation, you look over a condo or a home and the amenities that are involved. These are, I would guess, much the same. You show perhaps the things that they offer, maybe if they have specialized care and memory care, these kind of things. Talk to me a little bit about what separates each tour and what makes them so unique.
Right, so the virtual tours, basically what we're doing is we have had every facility send us any materials they have, whether it's videos or just pictures, or we've had them take their cameras and go do videos for us. They're showing us what their amenities are, and then we're in and out of all these facilities all the time, so we're able to talk intelligently and explain, especially because, say, for instance, you have someone that has memory loss, but they don't really need a secure unit. Which communities have programs put together that give them proper support? Because some assisted living or personal care communities have a lot of things in place for folks with memory loss, even if they're not in the memory care unit, and some don't really have as much in place. So we work really hard to make sure that they're going to get the support that they need, and in the virtual tours, we can show them the facility, and then we can talk intelligently about what they offer as far as programming.
It's really all about the right fit. Patti, if you would, talk a little bit about when folks are trying to decide. Obviously, if there's a special need, dementia, memory care, whatever the case may be, then you can direct them. But let's also talk about some of the other I guess, personalized care that you can offer. I guess what I'm saying in a nutshell is what really separates you from another placement service?
Well, the national placement services don't really know anything about the communities. What they do is they get their name. When you go on their website, you type in your name and phone number and contact information, and they blast that out to all the communities so that they can collect a commission. They may be working out of California, the person that got the information. They don't really know anything about the communities. We are in and out of the communities all the time. I'll just give you an example. I had a little lady who was actually living in a community who hated the food. The food was terrible, and she said, I've got to get out of here. That is my socialization. I need good food. So we went to 5 communities and had lunch at 5 different communities so that she could choose which one had the best food, and she chose wisely. The one we went to, she had a petite filet for lunch, and I can't remember, I think I had chicken Alfredo or something equally delicious. You know, we eat at these facilities, so we know who's got good food and who doesn't. We know who's got great activities. Sometimes it's the activities that make a difference. I had a lady who, she was 97, and I won't go into the whole story, but basically in talking with her about trying to get out of her home, she said, all I do is read and watch TV. I don't know why I can't just do that here. And I said, well, what did you used to enjoy doing? And she was 97. She said, I played cards. And I thought, well, bridge was a good guess. And I said, did you play bridge? And she said, no, Texas Hold'em, which cracked me up. So I found her 2 facilities that had regular Texas Hold'em games. And she moved into one. She was 97. She never missed a game. She became an ambassador at that community, and she died in her sleep when she was 103. Just a wonderful story, because she was existing in her apartment. When she moved into that community, she actually started living again.
And it is all about quality of life and keeping your senior loved ones happy and making sure that they're socially active. I think that's important, a big part of mental health. Let's talk a little bit about what are these facilities doing now to protect their residents. You're in touch with them every day, Patti. What are they doing?
So obviously not bringing people in. They're actually having a lot of their residents social distance. When they bring people in as a new resident, they're quarantining them to their room and making sure that they're not bringing any viruses in. That's most of them. I can't speak for all of them, but the ones that I'm working closely with are doing that. They're allowing people to visit virtually, which is awesome. Most of them have tablets and things that they can give a resident. Even if they don't know how to use it, they'll set them up so they can visit virtually with their family members. One community I saw had posted that they had everybody lined up in the hallways at their doors, sitting in a chair, and they were running a bingo game in the hallway, so everybody was very distanced but still able to have fun.
Well, a lot of gambling going on in senior facilities. I love it. All right, let's talk a little bit, if you would, about for those who are out there, maybe they have mom or dad are suffering from dementia and some memory loss, and they're struggling, but they're hesitant right now to make that move or to even inquire. What would you tell them now? It seems to me that although it's not business as usual, this is kind of urgent. This has a sense of urgency to it, and they should still reach out and talk to you.
Absolutely. You know, the thing that's really scary for me when folks have dementia is a lot of times family members aren't really aware of how much they're actually struggling, and it just takes wandering out the door one time. So if someone is in advanced dementia and you're struggling with that family member, please give us a call, because if nothing else, we can help you figure out how to keep them safe and in place, if not helping you with placement. People are still taking placements. These people have to be in a safe place, and to be honest, a lot of them are monitoring what folks are watching on television, because a lot of these seniors are getting very anxious-ridden, and with dementia, it's creating behaviors because they're so paranoid. So we're trying to limit what they're watching and trying to fill their time with more productive things than being afraid of what's going on in the world.
I like your positive mindset. I tend to share that with you. Before we let you go, I wanted to ask you, senior care facilities. Patti, you know the industry very well. Do we have quality facilities here in Kentucky that you can get people in touch with?
Absolutely. We have a lot of really great assisted living and personal care facilities, a lot of good nursing homes, and I'll be honest, we got some nursing homes that are horrible, and I know who they are. So I'm always happy to help advise people. They can give me a call, whether they're ready for placement now or just trying to educate themselves. I'm always happy to have a conversation.
Patti Naiser, fantastic. Thank you for the information.
Thank you, John.
We reached out to you. I wanted to get some expertise in that regard, and you've helped us quite a bit. Again, Senior Home Transitions. Write that down. Better yet, give her a call, and she'll take you on a virtual tour. Coming up here, all right, if you're a big fan of the Beatles, you love Abbey Road on the River, and you're saying, okay, what's become of it? We have good news for you. That's next on Wave 3 Listens Live.